Well, hello, everyone. This is Jennifer Tillman with the Tillman team of Keller Williams Preferred Properties. And just as usual, as we always do, every month we like to interview one of our partners, someone who actually works with our clients. And this month we are interviewing one of our moving partners, Mr. Bryan Cooper with All in One Stop Moving and Storage. And Bryan has helped several of our clients, and they are all very happy with his services. And so I wanted to introduce him to you. So, Bryan, tell us a little bit about you and how you got started in the moving business.
First of all, good morning, everyone. I started out in the moving company and the moving business about 13, 14 years ago. I partnered with a gentleman and we operated the loading docks down at the Washington Design Center. So we dealt with a lot of high-end furniture. Then when the real estate took a downfall and the business wasn't as prevalent, we had to redirect our our energy to something else that was going to have more of a cash flow. So we got into residential moving. And we have been doing that now, like I said, for about 12 or 13 years.
Okay, well, that's great. And what do you like most about doing residential moving versus what you were doing before?
I would say the beginning and ending process. And what I mean by that is you go into a residence, and a lot of times, unfortunately, it's in a disarray. The customers aren't sure of what they need, and you have the ability to facilitate and direct them. And when you go back and look and see everything packed up nice and neatly and installed at the new house, it's just gratifying to know that you helped that person through burdensome or stressful time.
Yes, I can relate to that because it's the same with us. We start working with the client, and again, sometimes they have lots of things going on in their life at that time. And when they get settled on the other end, either the home is sold or they're in their new property, it is very gratifying that you were able to help them through that process. So I really can agree with that. And like I had said in the beginning, all of my clients who have used your services, they come back to me and they say they were so professional. They really cared about what they were doing. So I just was, wondering, I know that that's a differentiator for you, but what other differentiators do you have from other moving companies?
I definitely think in this time that we are living in, where technology plays such a big part, we kind of have an old-fashioned mindset that, when you call, you should be able to talk to a live person and not have to go through an automated system. So with us, you are able to reach out, and we're accessible at all times throughout the move. A lot of times, I don't believe customer companies go out and do an assessment of the situation to give the client a realistic outlook on what it's going to take to get the move completed. So we try to be more hands-on than anything, giving that customer the level of comfort that they need to know that they've got somebody that they've met and that they're in touch with if there's a problem or if they need to change anything or anything like that.
Yeah, and that is so important. I know sometimes we do get on the phone and we're waiting and we never, click this button, all of that. So it is very good to talk to a human being. And I know that you've done some local moves, several local moves, and I think you did do a long distance move. What areas do you serve, and what does that look like?
Well, we service all 50 states. Most of our jobs are up and down the East Coast. We do on occasion go to the Midwest. We have um, I'd say, a large clientele that goes to New York on a regular basis.
Okay.
So we've been frequent in New York, I would say maybe once or twice a month.
Okay, that's good. That's good to know too. And I know when a person's trying to decide on a mover, they might go online, they might look through different things. What would you tell a prospective client how they should maybe start searching for a mover, a great mover?
Well, like you said, the internet is a great tool for that. But like I mentioned in the past, I'm kind of old fashioned. So if you know somebody that has used a company, then the referral is the best process. Or if you go online, do your due diligence and making sure you complete the research, checking the potential movers' reviews to see what kind of ratings they have. Also, following up with the Better Business Bureau or with your realtor.
Okay. And I noticed because also used your services that, you also provide tips, and different things to help the client get ready, for the move as well. So I'm sure that, when someone's selecting a mover, knowing that you're going to provide, a good service and you're also going to give them tips is going to be something too that would be good. But yes, referrals are probably the best because if someone's used your services, they can really share with someone else about. And that's why we're doing this, because we want our clients to know who are our partners, and we only partner with the greatest. So thank you for that. And so over the years, what's been your greatest challenge?
I think for the most part, especially in this area, unfortunately, the clientele, everyone's always so busy. So they want to find out right away without having any consultation. They may call us and say, well, how much is it going to cost to move this? And don't give us an opportunity to really give them the details on what's involved in moving. So if we have an opportunity where we can go out and take a look at the residents and give them a play by play on what they need to do and what to expect. Unfortunately, a lot of times I believe clients don't really have an idea of what the moving process consists of. For example, if you are in a residence, what you see on the surface, once you start to pack those items up, they usually double. And a lot of clients get overwhelmed. But it's great to have that consultation to talk to them first, to walk them through the whole process so they understand. We hear so often, oh, I only have a little bit of stuff. Well, if you look at the little bit of stuff with 3 flights of stairs and a long walkway through the parking lot, those things can make a difference. You have to kind of educate them on the whole thing.
Yeah, yes, that's very true. When you start packing, you start saying, oh gosh, I didn't know I had all of this stuff. Yeah, it doubles. I agree with that. And so you've been doing this for several years. And what have you learned? You may have already answered this, but what have you learned over the years that has helped you to be the great company that you are?
You definitely have to exercise patience. Like I said before, been doing this for a while, and we do this every day. So we are familiar with the struggles that come along with this. And we understand that every move is not going to be a perfect move, but it's how you handle those obstacles that come your way. For example, if you have a sofa that's having a problem fitting through the door, you just have to have patience and reassure that client that, everything is going to be okay. I think that personal touch a lot of times makes a big difference and goes a long way of putting that customer at ease if there is a problem.
Right, right, right. And problems are going to occur. So patience, I agree to that. That's something that we really have to have with our clients. We don't know what they're going through at the time. So yes, patience is good. And I know you mentioned in the beginning that it's so gratifying when you get to the other end and you see how you've been able to help someone. What other things, if anything else, is something that brings joy to you about doing this work?
I'll be honest with you. When we have senior citizens give us a call and they need to be moved, and a lot of times they're on a budget. So when we're able to give back and help the senior citizens, we do a lot of moves for veterans, and sometimes they may not have all of the funds to make this move happen. And it's gratifying to know that we've made concessions to get that person from point A to point B without having them stressing out or trying to call and find someone to assist them with the move. And we do that quite often.
That's so good. That's very good. Well, it's been a pleasure talking to you today. And so I was just wondering, any last words for our audience before we wrap it up?
Just make sure that when you choose a mover, that you do your due diligence, researching to make sure that they're going to be the fit for what you need.
Okay, that's good. Okay. So now we're going to just display for our audience how they could reach out to us. Is there any information that a person should know when calling you or reaching out to you?
No, we generally answer the phone within 2 or 3 rings. If for some reason we don't answer, you can always leave a message because we do check our messages and move forward from there.
Okay. Well, this is our information to reach out to us, and I hope that you've enjoyed this session and you got to know something more about moving. It's not just a 1, 2, 3. It's, there's a planning phase, and we have the great mover right here with you, Bryan Cooper from All in One Stop Moving and Storage. So thank you, Bryan, for being with us today, and we look forward to talking to you again soon.
Thank you.
Okay.